name is Jenny Cummings, and I want to welcome you as Crull Campus presents Technology and Learning, or better yet, I present Citizens of the 21st Century. We are on the move. We realize the jobs of the future are technologically oriented, and we are ready. I invite you to listen to a presentation by Andrew Ogden and Neil Dalal on CD-ROM, which stands for Read Only Memory.
Hello, my name is Andrew Ogden. I would like to share an exciting piece of technology with you. This is a CD-ROM, and it makes learning fun. The ROM will play Compton's Multimedia Encyclopedia on it. When I want to do a report on Martin Luther King Jr., I know how to boot up my computer, insert the disk, and key in for the topic of my choice. When the information I need is on my monitor, I can use the printer and print out a copy. I can take this copy to my room and perfect my report. Neil and I thought you might like to hear a part of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech.
I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Thank you, Andrew and Neil. Now you have to admit that the ROM is an exciting way to energize our knowledge. Our next piece of technology is the laser, which is also a piece of interactive technology. May I present Nisha Modi and Chris Foltz, who will tell you about the laser and how it helps us learn.
Hello, my name is Nisha Modi, and I would like to share with you an exciting way to learn science and social studies. Last week I decided I want to learn more about tornadoes, how they form, and what they look like, so I asked my teacher for permission to use a laser machine and a science disc. My teacher had already shown me how to insert the disc, read the barcode, and key in the precise area I wanted to study. I thought you might enjoy what I discovered. If you watch closely, Chris will show you a tornado in action.
The tornado began as a long, twisting, and looping swirl of wind reaching down from the clouds above. A short while later, it developed into a straighter, more compact funnel cloud, the more familiar tornado shape we recognize. Usually, tornadoes last only a few minutes, but this tornado lasted almost a half hour. Listen as pilot Max Messmer speaks live with a reporter at the news desk in the TV station. The reporter asks Max several questions, but we can only hear Max's voice as he replies.
Right now the tornado is located over a wooded area, and it is tearing up trees, and it's ripping entire pine trees into the air, thousands of feet. I don't know if it has damaged any houses. I won't be able to find out until later on. It seems fairly stationary. I've been here for about 10 minutes, and during this time it has traveled less than a half a mile. It is moving east at a very slow pace. It is still over a wooded area. However, it is approaching a major north-south highway just east of 65. The tornado is located about 2 miles west of Anoka County Airport.
You know they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I'm sure you will agree with me on this. I now better understand the force and danger of tornadoes.
It is getting better, isn't it? Technology has added a wonderful dimension to learning. Our next piece of hardware is the info cipher. Even the word sounds exciting. To explain this info cipher to you are Mike Setter, Lindsay Dunaway, and Scott Jameson.
Hello, my name is Mike Setter. There are a lot of things happening in the world today which interest us kids. The problem is the world news is too often reported for the adults and with no time to really learn the lesson. This new technology called an info cipher is just what we kids need to keep us updated. Every day the news which is reported can be accessed by our info cipher. The channels which are willing to participate in cable in the classroom, such as CNN, Nickelodeon, and the Learning Channel provide us with a lesson plan that go along with the shows that are currently showing. We get a copy of the news report, and our teacher gets a lesson on the report which comes to her on printout. Through this, we become better informed students and get a better understanding of our world. Here is a copy of today's lesson plan.
Hello, my name is Scott Jameson. Mike just told you about the info cipher's Cable in the Classroom capabilities. The info cipher can also be used as a research tool. If I'm doing a report, I can type in the name or topic that I am researching and obtain the most current information on that topic. For example, last week Andrew needed some information on space travel. He used the info cipher to help him get the most up-to-date information. He used it for a science project.
Computers can also be used by individual students for specific purposes. To explain my statement to you are A.J. Armbruster and Chris Foltz.
Hello, my name is A.J. Armbruster. When any of us miss a few days and need a review, perhaps are struggling in a lesson and need a review, we can go to the computer and catch up. Chris has a Speedway math program on his computer. This sure helped me review my math.
Thank you, Chris and AJ. Charlene Picklehop and Mike Setter would also like to share with you how they use computers.
Hi, I'm Charlene Picklehop. There are also some of us who get done more quickly than others and who are ready to do some enrichment. We can do this with our computer. Mike has a pre-algebra disk on his computer. Don't you wish you had the opportunity to learn algebra?
I don't want you to think we can get rid of our teachers and just have a classroom of machines. I want you to realize that our teachers are even more important, and they get to use new technology for instruction. I would like to present Mrs. Karen Ahern and Kyle Weimer, who will demonstrate total group instruction, which is made possible through the connecting of computers via a neighbor key.
Hi, I'm Karen Ahern, and I teach 5th grade here at Crull campus. Because information doubles every 900 days, it no longer makes sense for schools to focus solely on memorization and information retrieval. Instead, we need to teach students how to use the tools that they will need to find current and relevant information in the future. Our science and computer lab will help us work toward this goal. Our students are excited to use our new Macintosh computers to write stories as well as information articles. And to foster this excitement, our staff members have purchased copies of the Creative Writer program, which is a word processing program. In addition, our advanced students will be taught how to use the WordPerfect program. Now, in addition to everything you've seen here tonight, we also have an AVER key, which allows me to instruct the whole class using the large monitor. While I use the AVER key, students would be sitting in front of their own computer terminal, which would allow them to see and do what I'm showing them. To demonstrate the AVER key is Kyle Weimer, and he will introduce you to a new enrichment program that we've just purchased, Where in America's Past is Carmen Sandiego? As I'm sure you can see, students here at Crull campus are being educated using the technology that they will need for their futures.
You have just heard from a teacher who utilizes technology for instruction. There you have it, technology and its role in education. We hope you enjoyed our presentation, and I would like to say, if you would like to learn more about any one of these modern-day inventions, stop in at Crull campus anytime for a lesson from one of our students.